is something that I've had to really work on myself is just don't say everything that comes into your head, especially if you don't know the people. Because so many times, like before, I just didn't care because I was so unconscious. Whereas now, sometimes I say things to people I don't really know, and afterwards I'm like, oh my God, Connor, why did you say
Yeah.
that? Like, because, like you say, you don't know that person's background,
Yeah.
and also that person doesn't know you, so they don't know if you're joking, and they don't know if you're being ironic or if you're taking things out of context.
Yeah.
And I used to as well, I used to flap my arms around a lot when I spoke, and I'd be quite passionate about things. And I would kind of forget that I'm larger than most people. And if someone doesn't know me, especially maybe if they're female, and I'm there kind of waving my arms and shouting
Yeah,
basically,
that's the
then it's
body
really
language.
intimidating.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
actually my current girlfriend. We met like 2.5 years ago, and she was the one that told me this. And I was like, I was mortified. I was like, why has no one told me this before? Like, because then I realized it because I started then seeing it in other people, and I was like, oh my God, like I
Wow.
must be just freaking people out. And I was like, oh God, I need to stop this. I need to just be more calm because it's just not nice for people otherwise.
Yeah, but you need somebody to say it to you. Actually, it's very difficult to see it yourself because it's
Yeah.
you. So I mean, my boyfriend many times he's like, "Oh, sometimes your voice is up. You shout, and people are scared." Or that's how we Greeks speak. We shout, but it doesn't mean that we are like upset with something. And he was like, "Yeah, but yeah, some people from our friends they told me that as well. I don't know if that's true. Maybe he says that to me, but I'm like, oh really? So they seem like that. So yeah, it makes you start thinking. And I'm gonna tell you a story, something that happened yesterday actually, because now like, a part of the word communication or writing communication, we have the emoticons as well.
Mm.
So yesterday happened the most like silly thing to me. I sent a message to a poet because there is an event today in Greece. So actually, yeah, about his performance. And at the end of the message on Facebook, I put a smiley, and he replies to me, "I please don't use smiley emoticons with me because I see them like it's like if you say to me, ah, ha, ha, you're gonna kill me."
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, I never thought about. I always put smiley emoticons. And this guy was like, please don't send me these emoticons. They freak me out. It's better if you send me one like blinking, how is the eye, or
Mm.
whatever, but not smileys. I'm like, oh my god, this is something new. Now you see, you never know that a person. I mean, it was just an emoticon,
Yeah, and
a
I think that
smile.
I like thinking of emoticons like modern hieroglyphics. I think of emoticons and GIFs or whatever you call them
Yeah,
and memes. They're like modern hieroglyphics, and people in the
yeah, of
future are going
course.
to be like, "Oh, look at these weird hieroglyphics that people use," because it conveys a whole message in
Yes.
one tiny little picture, exactly like a hieroglyphic.
Yeah, yeah,
But you're totally correct because if you're in a negative frame of mind and you read something and it's maybe got a smiley face at the end, you can read that as sarcastic or you can read it as malicious. Like, I can see where that person might be coming from because
malicious.
I've been in paranoid states of mind where I'm like, oh, this person's taking the piss out of me or they're mocking me.
Yeah,
Um, but it's so strange. And when I'm writing emails, sometimes if I'm writing to a woman, I want to put a smiley face in to show that I'm being friendly. But then I'm like, what if she thinks I'm flirting? What if she thinks that's inappropriate?
yeah. This is
Um,
different. You speak with a woman or whatever. Maybe it's different even if you put a red heart or a black heart. I didn't know that as well. I was just putting red ones, and then I'm like, why people they don't send me back red hearts? I was
mm,
like, why it's always black or blue or whatever. But yeah, you have to think with who you are speaking to. But then with this guy, I had a problem because I will continue with like had a discussion, and I'm so used to put the smiley emoticon, and then I couldn't put it because this guy asked me not to, and I wrote to him like in a word, smile.
mm,
I just wrote it, and he was like, ha ha ha. I'm like, oh my god, it's just prohibited to me to do something that I do all the time. So it's not easy for me to stop it.
yeah.
It's like, automatic for me. I always put a smile because, yeah. For me, if it's just a full stop, I feel like, oh, that's so, you know,
To me, I read a full stop as passive aggressive.
yeah,
And my, my,
right.
my girlfriend, what she obviously like when you meet someone and you don't really know their communication style, and then they do something. At first, I was reading that for ages as passive aggressive, like, okay, then, dot. to me, I'm like, you bitch.
Yeah,
I'm like,
to me
you
as
bitch.
well. I mean,
What do you
put
mean? Okay, then
something.
full stop. Like, how dare you? But then after a while, I realized I saw her doing it to her mum and everything, and I was like, oh, okay, that's just what she does. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
then I just got a little bit less annoyed about it. But I just want to rewind quickly.